Joey here is the Critical Missourian, where I talk about everyday life, about Missouri and beyond. Okay, people. I am wanting to point some things that I've been kind of getting annoyed about. So, Facebook has yard sale sites or groups or whatever they call it, communities, because they keep changing the name over and over what they call it. But anyhow, they have groups that are set up like what yard sale sites where you could sell your items on there. And on there, you get a few, when you try to message someone, you get a canned message. One of the biggest gripes from I can see two ends of the spectrum with this. One of the canned messages will say, is this available? Well, there's quite a few out there that says, I will not answer to, is this available? Well, here's my reply to you. You're not thinking about the administrative side of the site. I have administrated yard sale sites. I run my own and a few other groups, but they're not related to yard sale items. But still, the point I'm trying to make here, the reason why those canned messages are there is, one, to help break the ice, two, to verify that the item is available. Because what you fail to realize is that people like to make posts on these yard sale groups and then leave them there long after the item has sold, or they've disposed of it, or whatever they've done with it, and the post goes into a zombie phase where it still exists on there. I've seen, as administrator, I have seen this happen where several have went into this zombie state where they exist, but the item that's attached to that long since been gone. So that's why the canned message is there, is to verify that item is still available. Because, like I said, the zombies problem that we have, that we can't, because people haven't got the nerve or the decency to remove the post or mark it sold or whatever have you. That leaves that makes things cluttered and makes things a little bit of a mess, but it also creates this friction where people don't like that. If we have people who would maintain their ad on there, remove it whenever it's complete, when it's done running, we wouldn't have to worry about this. is this available problem. I mean, I can see some people's point of view where they hate it, where they are looking for someone who's really interested and really wanting the item that they're selling, and they are going through probably 20 is this available canned message crap, only to find only one is really serious about purchasing the item. That's where I could see the other side of the view, is how that could be frustrating from a seller's perspective. I mean, getting all these canned messages saying, is this available, is this available, is this available. It can be frustrating when you're trying to go through your day and you're getting this kind of a message. I can see how you could get frustrated. But the point of my message is you need to look at both sides of the spectrums. Why that even was, why that's even happened to begin with. You have no idea, as an administrator, how hard it is to keep track of several posts in a single day, especially as a group grows from a small crowd to pretty large. Because a group of like a few hundred, few thousand is small. But when you start getting to 10,000, that's when you start hitting into moderate range, and 100,000 starts hitting in the a very big category. One administrator cannot sit here and fish through 100 ads. We can get up to requests to add 20. Like I said, it depends on the size of the group, but it could be anywhere from 5 on the smaller ends on up to 20 to 40 a day on the upper end. Maybe slightly more. And we don't have time in a day to sit here and fish through old posts while we got all these new posts coming in looking for our approval and verifying that the ad complies with our rules, because there are set rules. Facebook has mainly made things very restrictive, unfortunately, and that's got to be another video for another day. But the point I would like to make to some people out there that complain about these, is this available, post, but you're failing to see the opposite side of the spectrum, and why, as an administrator or as a buyer, why that canned message is even there. Because, like I said, the only reason for that, because lazy people who don't want to remove their post whenever they're done with it. So please do not sit here and become a pissy patty because of having to deal with that. I'm sorry if you may get mad and frustrated about it, but it is what it is. Well, that's just part of running a group, part of being a Facebook yard sale site. If you don't want to deal with it, don't put your ad on Facebook. It's the only thing I can tell you. If you don't want to deal with all these, is this available? Don't put your ad on that Facebook. Find another place to put it on, Craigslist or something like that. But you're still going to have the same irritation there, having to deal with some people calling you like, is this here? Is this there? But don't become. I just want to. I do want to point out something, and this is just my opinion as an administrator. Do not put on there. I will not answer to do not. Is this available? I will not respond to that. If you put that in the quotations, you shouldn't. You should be removed. Your post should be removed. That's just my opinion. I understand you could get frustrated, but it's not the play. You have to think, this is just Facebook. These problems exist. You're going to have to get over it. I mean, you could either choose to deal with the problem, the canned message problem, until Facebook comes up with a way to deal with the zombie post problem. And I've seen that they're starting to work on the problem, because I had an item that's been for sale for a little bit, and it will come back every 7 days. It's like 7 to 14 days to say, is this has this item sold? And then it wants you to re-edit it or relist it. But I don't know if that has translated into whether the post was removed or taken or put on pause. I don't know. But this is Facebook's. This is something you need to direct. Everybody needs to direct to Facebook to help fix the problem. Like, I would suggest to Facebook is, if a post has been sitting for 7 days, do just that. Come back and ask the seller, has it sold? And then if they don't respond, put the item into a stasis where it's not seen by everybody. And we won't have these zombie posts where you have to deal with these "is this available" canned message all the time. Do not direct your anger and your frustration at the buyer or the potential buyer. Direct your frustration mainly at Facebook, and try to get the admins or whoever, the developer or whoever, to create a better system to deal with these zombie posts, and we'd all be a happier bunch. Getting onto each other's nerves on there. So please keep that in mind. I hope I don't have to make any more sequels from this, but please, but I'm just trying to make, like I said, please be, when you're on a Facebook group, don't come up here, don't come in with an attitude without thinking about what's the story behind why we have this situation. Like I said through this whole video, That's been a big pain in the butt for a lot of people. Is this available? Comment. Think about like I said, before you start acting irrational, start getting irritated, and start putting, I will not respond to, is this available? Think behind the reason why we have the problem to begin with. That's all I'm asking. Don't get your panties in a wad because of this. Facebook is not the place for that, and people do not need to stress themselves out. So please be nice to each other and be a little more thoughtful about the situation, because like I said, being an administrator of these yard sale sites is not easy, especially when you're maintaining more than one. So please, like I said, let's try to stop being angry about this, annoyed, this, that, and another in yard sale sites. Please be respectful to each other, and God forbid, be a little more thoughtful of the problem. Try to put the shoe on the other foot. Why certain circumstances exist before you throw a fit. And thank you. This is the Critical Missourian signing out.